Degenerate Gamblers. We're talking college hoops. I mean, I don't even know what day it is. I feel like I've been watching basketball for 40,000 days in a row. Yesterday was insane. Um, I got my ass kicked up until the Creighton game, Steve Valente.
Woo! And you
I,
were you were just sitting there. You were tying the noose, Howie. You had the noose tied up. You were ready to find the closest tree.
no, I'm on the 6th floor. It's an easy jump. It's a window, and I can fly, man. I can Superman right to the fucking concrete in New York City if I want.
But you got your Biggie Smalls T-shirt on, and the Creighton Blue Jays came back
Dude,
for you
it's
last night.
all about. It's all
Holy
about.
shit!
Yeah, Big E.
I see you, Big.
Hypnotized, baby. I was hypnotized yesterday. Creighton came in. They were down 15 points. And I told the Discord, I said, yep, I'm literally betting a kidney on this game.
How do they get on the Discord, Howie?
Here's how you get on the Discord. You hit the like button. You follow how we do on YouTube. You go to WHOP.com, WHOP.com, and you join the Degenerate Gamblers. And you can talk to Steve and I all day on the Discord.
All day.
About every game, and there's a billion of them coming up. If you want to win your office pool, you have to join. It's $24.99 a month. You got to join the Discord. Yeah, Creighton yesterday, down 15. I got him at plus 220 to win. And Steve, if you saw the last 2 minutes of that game, I still don't know how they can put it in overtime.
No clue. At one point, I'm like, Creighton's like they're throwing this game. There's no way that they even want to advance in this tournament. And then they overtime.
They were down like 10 with, I don't know, a minute 45 left.
Crazy. They were down 11, I think, right?
It was like it was over. And then they just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. It's like if you stood 5 feet from the hoop and someone just gave you a ball and said, hey, make layup, layup, layup. It just, I mean, they end up winning in overtime. I'm not going to lie. I got lucky and shit there. But, I mean, what about yesterday? I think the North Carolina was a hell of a call.
Howie, let's talk about another sweat. I mean, it was just a team that you knew from jump that was going to be a struggle from the opening tip to the final buzzer, and they finally figured it out with like 3 minutes left and covered the spread. But if that team shows up today against Duke, even without Cooper Kupp and Malik Brown, they're in trouble. But I don't know. I just obviously I'm rocking my Carolina gear. I love this time of year, and I love it when my team's playing this time of year, so I'm taking it.
I think look, how can you say that? I think the line's too high. It's still Duke's like a 7 to 8 point favorite.
7.5. It's 7.5. It's if you're a betting man and not betting with your heart, take North Carolina. It's too many points in a game that means absolutely nothing to Duke.
Not a thing.
Means nothing.
To Duke.
Nothing to Duke. They're a 1 seed no matter what. Carolina wins, they're in, no questions asked, right?
Yeah.
They're probably still in right now, but they need this one.
Yeah, Lenardi has them in.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about some of the games yesterday. The one that just tore the heart out of me, Texas A&M.
What the fuck were they doing?
I mean, come on. You didn't Texas just solidified their entry into the tournament.
Yeah,
the SEC's probably going to get 14 teams. I mean,
legitimately, right? I mean, if you think about it, so Oklahoma's probably in. They only lost by 1 to Kentucky for the second time in a row to them. They've got 20 wins, you know. Who else? Somebody lost. Who'd Arkansas beat?
2
days ago.
Jesus, I can't even
They
think.
lost to Ole Miss at the buzzer yesterday.
Yeah.
But even them, they were probably on the bubble. Maybe they weren't because they're in the SEC. But
and one thing I want to say while you're on that, Arkansas lost yesterday in overtime. The kid goes to the free throw line with 6 seconds to go, misses both free throws. And listen, the game that kicked my ass yesterday, Houston, well, they won by 9. They missed 10 free throws, 5 1-on-1s. They should have won that game by 20.
Howie, you're not winning in the NCAA tournament doing that. It's
No.
not happening.
Mm-mm.
Howie, you know what? A team that I liked, I told you earlier in the week that played well against Houston last weekend was Baylor. Baylor gave me back-to-back wins. Yesterday they lost, but they covered against Texas Tech, and then they covered their 5.5 number the day before. So I don't know. Houston's a team. Calvin Sampson led coach. They're going to be like the Rick Barnes. I don't know if I can get behind him in the tournament.
Well, the thing is, what you got to, and I think it was Fratello said this yesterday, and he made a good point. If you watched all the teams that had a bye, they don't play well. These teams that have had a game under their belt and they're back again the second game, besides Iowa,
sure,
they play well. They play well. So
Iowa almost covered that number, Howie. It was 11. They lost by 11. It was 10.5. I had Iowa yesterday on the Discord.
Yeah, that one, I'm telling you. Oh, man. It was a brutal situation. I had them too. They had like a 6-point lead in the first half.
Yeah.
Came out well, just ran out of gas. But, yeah, I mean, games yesterday, I'm not going to bullshit. I mean, we kick ass on here, but I did not have a good day up until Creighton yesterday. I was getting just crushed.
Howie, I was actually having a very, very good day so I had 1, 2, 3.
Steve, you killed
4,
it yesterday.
5. I won my first 5 out of 6 bets, 7 out of my first 9. So I was 7 for 10 yesterday with a plus 9 unit day.
Yeah, you killed it.
And I'm more conservative. I don't throw these big units out there. If I did, probably would have had an even bigger day. But I like to stay a little conservative with my gambling.
Smart dude. So we start off today at noon.
Let's get into it, Howie. I'm fired up. This is unbelievable.
This game is interesting because I think the line was 7.5, Michigan State against Oregon, and it's down to 5.5, which it should be. I mean, Michigan State, again, you've used the philosophy that, look, they haven't played yet. Oregon has a game under their belt.
Yep.
This could be a tough spot for Michigan State.
A game that Oregon looked pretty good in a team like Indiana who needed that game to possibly get off the bubble and get into the tournament too. So it was, and a home, man, basically the game was in Indianapolis. It's basically a home game for a team like Indiana, right?
Yeah.
So, Howie, both of these teams are playing good basketball right now. Both of these teams are covering. I asked Smitty on the Discord, huge Spartan fan, asked him if he had anything to kind of add. And he said it just as I was going to say it on here. This is a game that the number scares me. I think Michigan State wins, but I don't think they're winning by 5.5, 6.5. I think this is more like tease it down to a 2.5 or something like that.
I'm with you. 2 or 3 point game.
Yeah.
I think so. It's going to be a good game. I can't wait to watch. It's a great game to start off with.
Oh, 100%.
Duck Spartans.
You actually got one before that. Your Bonnies.
Oh, yeah. And they're playing well, man.
Against VCU.
And VCU, of course, the cream of the crop in the Atlantic 10. They probably should win this game. I think they should be in the tournament either way.
Yeah.
VCU is a team, I don't give a shit who you are. You don't want to play them opening game in the NCAA tournament. I don't care if you're Duke. I don't care. Well, they're not going to play someone like that, but you don't want to play VCU. They're loaded with talent. They have unbelievable athletes. And
they're
Shulga,
top 25 right now, Howie. They're in the tournament.
Max Shulga, the 6'4", 6'5" guard, he's as good as anybody in the country. You don't want to play VCU, man. VCU is a team that could run to the final 8, Elite 8 easily.
Yeah.
In Bonaventure, St. Bonaventure's been playing well. I watched them yesterday, man. They can shoot it.
Yeah, Woj bombs.
So then you got a interesting game at 12:30 that nobody probably gives a shit about, but we do. Kennesaw State and Kennesaw, Georgia is playing Liberty. The cream of the
Howie, you're
crop.
not gonna bet Kennesaw State. I mean, come on.
I am.
Yep.
I'm betting them.
Yep.
They beat Rutgers earlier this year. I remember watching that game. They beat Rutgers, Kennesaw State. They're not bad. They beat New Mexico State yesterday. Liberty again. First game in this tournament. They could be down a little bit. Kennesaw State has some athletes.
They beat Liberty the last time they played on March 2nd.
I was just gonna say
beat them by 5.
Plus 7.5.
Yeah.
Plus 255. I take the money line there. I'll push sprinkle a little on that money line. I think they can win the game.
Yeah, they're 82% of the money's on Kennesaw State in this one, Howie. Howie, these are games too that you got to look at where the line opened and where it went and see where because the sharp money's coming in right when this line comes out, and they're making their stamp on it to see where this line's going to go. So you got to pay attention to stuff like this, especially on days like this where teams are playing back-to-back games. I love it. This week might be, and I know the excitement might not be as high, but the action is more than next week. You're going to get more games this week than we'll get in the actual tournament.
Because it's all day, every day.
All day, every day. It's awesome.
You got, and at 1 o'clock, this is a game I really like, and I'm on dogs today. Wichita State's plus 9.5 against Memphis. Memphis is a team, again, can beat anybody in the country. They're that good. Penny's got those kids playing.
Mm-hmm.
He's got athletes, guards, offensively rebounding. They're as good as anybody in the country. They play Wichita State. Wichita State has a guard. I can't think of his name.
I'll get it for you.
This kid is good. He averages like 17, 18 a game. Man, this kid is good. He plays hard. He plays D, gets the ball up down the court, goes to the hole. As good as anybody I've ever seen. He's about 5'10", 5'11".
It's not Xavier Bell, is it?
No.
No.
Hispanic kid.
I'll get it. Hold on. I got to get into my others. Howie, let me tell you about a team that might be winning, but when it's really important to us gamblers, they're not covering. Memphis is not covering the spread as of late. 4 out of their last 10 covering the line here. This is too many points. You're going to give me 9.5 with a team at Wichita State that has just beat Memphis the last time they played by 5 points, and now you're going to give me almost a touchdown and a field goal in this one. Give me Wichita State all day. I already laid 2 units on it, Howie.
Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot in this game, especially coming right off the bat. I mean, they look good yesterday. They're solid.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get your guy's name here in 1 second.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't pronounce this. Nope, that ain't him. Good.
He's a guard. It's not Ramos. It's the kid is wild, man. He just plays hard.
Maybe if I just went to the stats and
like 5'10", 5'11", got like long dreads, crazy looking dude, man. But this kid, he plays D. He doesn't turn the ball over, goes to the hole, gets people the ball and scoring. He's one of the best guards I've seen. I love the kid.
There are 3 leading scorers, or 4 leading scorers are Xavier Bell, Corey Washington, Justin Hill, and Quincy Ballard.
On Wichita State?
Yeah. Harold Beverly?
No, he had it.
Ronnie DeGray?
No.
Those are their leading scorers, but anyway.
Jose Feliciano.
Turning 2 for the Mets?
Yeah. I don't know, man, but the kid can play.
Yeah. What about the other 1 o'clock game?
Ole Miss and Auburn. You got Ole Miss plus 12.5.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Ole Miss. But again, Auburn. This is the kind of game Auburn wins big, though. I mean,
they're going to beat the ever-loving piss out.
Yeah,
of them.
this is the kind of game
off of them. Auburn's lost their last 2. They're not limping into the NCAA tournament. They're going to make a statement here against Ole Miss today. Ole Miss had to grind it out yesterday, win at the buzzer against Arkansas, who, let's get back to Arkansas real quick. 2 games ago when they won, Calipari telling his guy up 3 points to miss a foul shot, to go up 4 to miss. Is he out of his fucking mind?
Yeah, a lot of people think he may have lost his shit.
Like what? Make the foul shot, you win the game. It's over. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, what did he say? He goes, "I do some unconventional things."
Yeah, and I told him miss it. So what's the worst case? He throws up a prayer. Yeah, and they tie the game. You stupid fuck.
That's like saying, "Yeah, I do some unconventional things. I went out and drank a case of beer, a bottle of vodka, and drove my car as fast as I could." Sometimes I get silly.
No big
deal. Just
get
silly.
Yeah, silly.
Yeah, I that made no sense. None. And they abused him for it, rightfully so. They should have, the press.
But I think Auburn slaps them today. I think they're going to make a statement here, and they're definitely not going to lose 3 in a row.
I agree. You got St. Louis playing Loyola at 2. Loyola's a slight favorite. I watched St. Louis yesterday. They were not impressive. They won. I don't have a lead in that. Grambling, Alabama State. Grambling's a team that upset Southern, who was the number 1 seed in that tournament. That one stuck it to me. I just need Southern to win. And Grambling, just call me half point. I've lost more games this week by a half point or just unbelievable, like big parlays. The interesting game at 2:30, Wisconsin plays UCLA. Wisconsin looked damn impressive yesterday. Jeez, those guards look good. They're dunking on everybody.
Yo.
Wisconsin looked good yesterday.
They're a yo-yo. They're good one day, horrible the next. Good one day, horrible the next.
Well, they're 1.5 point favorites today against UCLA. I would tend to bet them. I mean, if they're starting to play well,
Vegas is telling you which way to go. It's do you have faith that Wisconsin's going to be that team that played yesterday and not the team that played 2 games ago?
Exactly, because we have seen Wisconsin this year when Howie's laid some big wood on him, shit the bed with a nice 12-point lead, ended up losing the game. So I don't know. I would tend to take them today. I won't go hard on that game.
Yeah.
Another game right here. You got Florida Atlantic at 3 playing Tulane -3.5. Florida Atlantic's a team that, if they can win their tourney, get into the NCAA tournament next week, you don't want to play Florida Atlantic. They got a 7'2" mutant in the middle. They got a couple guards. That kid looks like he's from like Sweden or something. He looks like he came from a trailer in Tennessee.
He sits at table 9 like the movie Wedding Singer. The mutant's at table 9. Big mutant.
Dude, that guy is like, he's got a head that weighs like 90 pounds. But he dunked so hard yesterday. I was like, I mean, Florida Atlantic's got a good team. It's funny that coach leaves Florida Atlantic, goes to Michigan. Florida Atlantic's pretty good.
No, still good. He probably left left the cupboard a little bit full for him. So see what Florida Atlantic can do here.
2 years ago when they went to the Final Four, I saw them play, I think it was Kansas State at the Garden. And Florida Atlantic probably had 15,000 fans in the Madison Square Garden. And I've never seen just a pool of just derelict, degenerate, non-reading, just fucking
summer
drunks.
teeth. They had the summer teeth.
When the Garden opened up and these fans were leaving, you just saw just fans just staggering down the street, people like falling into the street curbs. I was like, where is this school? Then I called my buddy who used to be an athletic director there, Brian Battle.
Yeah.
And he said, Howie, man, it's in the fucking college is in Boca Raton. You imagine, like, I would last 2 weeks at that school.
2 weeks.
I mean, how would you not be? That's why I was talking last year. Last year I was talking to Tommy DeVito, backup quarterback for the Giants. And out of high school in New Jersey, Tommy Cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets.
And I said, I said, why did you go to Syracuse, man, to play football? And he said, I'll be honest with you. He goes, I wanted to go to Miami. Miami offered me. I wanted to go to Miami. And he said, my mother said, hell no. She's like, you'll never go to class. You'll be on the, he goes, I'd be on the beach every single day. Like, yeah, you would, man. Like, who wouldn't?
Right. 100%.
So he went to Syracuse where it's just shitty and
ugliest sight you could see.
I go, how'd you like it? He goes, yeah, you know.
It was D1.
Yeah. You know, I played a few games.
Yeah.
We got George Washington playing George Mason at 5, the Atlantic 10. That's going to be a good game.
Don't skip the Tennessee-Texas game, Howie, 3:30.
Oh, shit. Go ahead. Yeah, Tennessee-Texas. No, tell me about that one.
Tennessee's laying 9.5 in this one. Texas coming off a double overtime win against Texas A&M last night. Another team in Tennessee who wins. They've got a great record. But not doing very good against the number. Neither of these teams are doing good against the number. Both 3-7 in their last 10.
One would think Tennessee would win this game by 20.
20, you would think, but I don't know that Tennessee has the ability to beat anybody by 20. Now, right. But I did read something this morning that the sharp money came in heavy on the over in this game.
Wow.
Which a team like Tennessee who likes to lock it down was a little bit surprising to me, but the line was low. It opened at 133.5. It's up to 135.5. So kind of maybe wait until noontime, see where that over under settles at, and then maybe jump on which side. But that's probably the way I would go, is maybe if I can get the over under to drop another point, jump on it and play it.
All right. I'm glad you said that. I'll lay some on the over. I do like Tennessee, but I'll get that number down. I'll spread it down to 4 or 5 points.
Yeah. Tennessee wins the game. I don't foresee Texas having another miracle victory. I just don't know that number is the number.
Right. I'm with you. Atlantic 10, George Washington plays George Mason. You know, way too many fucking revolutionary
fucking Georges.
Jesus Christ. I mean, yeah. So George Mason's a team that's got great players. They haven't been playing well as of late, but they're 2.5-point favorites. This could be a good game. Toss it up, flip a coin.
Listen, my boy Keith Ergo is the coach at Fordham. He had those boys battling 2 games in a row. They beat Rhode Island 2 days ago. I wish I could bet them, but I can't because it's a New York team. But they were down and out. Not looking too good, limping into the Atlantic 10 tournament, and they fought hard against George Washington, a team that had a much better record than them. So I wanted to give a shout out to my boy Ergs.
Man. He's done well at Fordham, man. That guy's a hell of a coach.
The energy and the excitement that guy brings to the sidelines, the passion he's got to coach. It's like second to none. I loved it. Even yesterday, watching him getting his boys, they were down 8, got back, I think either tied it or were down 1. He's on the sidelines just clapping.
Oh, that guy's he's tons of, it's like he picked the right profession. It was either he was going to be a college basketball coach or a jockey.
Yes, one of the two.
You know
what? He was a 2-sport athlete at Fairfield. He played lacrosse and basketball. Obviously, he didn't play too much in basketball because of his size, but he was a Division I lacrosse player as well.
I bet you was solid in lacrosse.
He was legit.
Yeah.
Quick. Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, you're 5'3", you're quick. You're built low to the ground. He's got that Barry Sanders.
That's right.
So then we, 6:30 tonight. We get into it. This is a big game. Illinois. Well, I don't have any faith in. They beat the shit out of Iowa, who came off an overtime win over Rutgers, but they play Maryland. Maryland's only a 1.5-point favorite here. This tells you that Maryland either doesn't give a shit about this tournament. Something's up. This line should be 6 or 7.
I think what Vegas is telling us is that Illinois, after getting their penises blown right off against Duke in the Garden, kind of figured something out, maybe flipped a switch, because they won by 20. They won by 20. They won by 8. They won by 18. So they're winning games, and they're winning convincingly right now, Howie. So I think I think that's what Vegas is telling us. Even though Maryland has been a team that we've been behind all year long, this Illinois team, maybe they flip that switch.
Could be, man. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. And then 30 minutes later, this is a game. You got Missouri playing Florida.
How you skipped another one? The Johnnies, baby.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Johnnies and Marquette at 6:30 in the Garden.
I can't bet it. You can't bet against St. John's.
No way. No way. Not in the Garden.
No.
It's 4.5 right now is the line. Over under 141.5. No way. No way.
And I give Shaka Smart credit because Marquette was down 14 points yesterday and came back and won that game. I mean, Shaka Smart, full court press, run and gun. You can't do that against St. John's.
St. John's get down 14 to a Rick Pitino-led team.
No, and you can't press them, man. If you press St. John's, they're gonna take layup after layup on you. So I don't think it's a good matchup for Marquette.
No, I agree. Marquette's lost their last 3 against the number. The Johnnies have won their last 2. Take the Johnnies all day.
You got this is a funny game right here at 7:00. Florida's laying 8.5 to Missouri. Missouri's a team that went into Florida this year, went down to Florida and beat their ass. Missouri looked good last night. This is one of those situations where Florida hasn't played yet. Missouri has.
Right.
I'll take the 8.5 all day long.
Just take the points. To me, it's like, man, Florida, when they're on, they're going to be a tough matchup for anybody.
They can win the national championship. They're that good.
100%. But I do like this Missouri team. They've won for me the last 2 times I played them. So I do. I like the Missouri team. I like the points. Florida scares me.
Oh yeah, they're stacked. Great guards. So we'll give you a few more games, but
I cut you off on the Houston BYU. You were about to go into that, but we reverted back to the Johnnies.
Yeah. Look, man, if you like what you hear, hit the like button. Follow How We Dewey on YouTube. Go to WAP.com. Join the Degenerate Gamblers. $24.99 a month, and we'll give you all the games, updated version. We got a NCAA tournament guide coming out. Probably priced at around $30, where we give you in depth on every game, a paragraph or 2 on why we like them.
Yep.
Done this for quite a few years now. Did pick the national championship the last 2 out of 3 years. Haven't picked yet. I got it down to about 2 or 3 teams. One of the teams I'm considering is this next game. Houston is -6.5 against BYU, who hit about 53s yesterday in that game against Iowa State.
That game?
Iowa State didn't play bad. They played well. And
they closed the second or the first half like a freight train. I think they hit like 5 threes in a row.
BYU, I want to say they hit 23s yesterday.
Unbelievable.
It was insane.
It was back and forth, that game. At one point, I was like, I was texting you because I played a first half BYU plus 2.5. They were down 11. So then I jumped on them at, what was it? Plus 7.5. Wound up winning that, but didn't cover my earlier bet because they went into the half down 4. But it was a good game, man.
Unbelievable game. And then you got North Carolina Duke. We already told you Duke's North Carolina's plus 7.5. If they can't cover this line, they never will. I mean, this is right. Carolina's missing. I mean, Duke's missing their guy.
Yeah.
So
and then possibly a big role player, which in turn that makes them go deeper into their bench, which maybe they got it. We don't know because we haven't really had to see it out of Duke this year. So again, I don't care. Regardless, Duke's going to come to play, whether Cooper Flagg's playing or his asshole parents that were just behind me are in the stands.
I know. I mean, his mother,
whore.
She needs to be trained. But Jim Boeheim said yesterday, look, Cooper Flagg was playing. They were down 10.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg got hurt. They came back and won. So, I mean, I don't know.
Same thing happened with Carolina on Saturday.
Yeah.
Flagg got into foul trouble. Duke made a run. I think they were up 3 when Flag left the game, and then they were up 12 or 13 when he came back in the game. So
they have a few McDonald's All-Americans on that
a
team.
couple guys.
So yeah, then you got Maction, we got Kent State, Miami, close game. I don't want to give all these games away, but we do have a good game tonight, 9:00, UConn Creighton. UConn's actually a 3.5-point dog. Can Bobby Hurley get his shit together? Can these guys come out and play? Yeah, they can give Creighton a game. This will be a good game.
Yeah.
You got Purdue playing Michigan tonight. That'll be an interesting game. That's only a 2-point. Michigan is a 2-point dog. I would take Purdue. I don't like this Michigan team. I think this Michigan team is a team that if they got to play somebody like a VCU or I don't know, like a Florida Atlantic, they're going to get beat.
I agree. I do not like what I've seen lately in Michigan. They've not covered in their last 4 games. They've lost 3 out of their last 5. I know the Big Ten's tough and you're really battle tested, but I'm not sold on the Big Ten top to bottom this year, and I'm surely not sold on Michigan and old Dusty May's first year.
Yeah. So, and I think you would see if Florida Atlantic can get in. I think they would probably put them up against a Michigan because that's where he used to coach. Yeah. All right, Steve, you give me any other games you got right here because
I mean, Howie, it's crazy. It's like same as the last 2 nights. You got games till midnight. You're gonna be live action till midnight. You got Creighton and UConn. Creighton coming off of that crazy game. You got Arizona, Texas Tech. You got Clemson, Louisville. You got Kentucky, Alabama. I'm on the clock here, but I mean, get on the Discord. We're going to have picks. We're going to be posting live bets. Get on the Discord. All these games you can get for $24.99 a month. Get on WAP.com, get on the Discord, pay the freight, and we're going to back you up. We're going to make your money back.
You can't find a better deal in the country, $24.99. Are you kidding me?
No.
And there's 2 games. I'm not going to say them right now, but there's 2 games, and I'll give them out of the Discord. There's one game at 9:00 that I'll bet a kidney on it. I love this game at 9:00.
Okay.
I'll be loading it. But look, that's it.
Yep.
We're gonna roll. I gotta go start putting some bets in here. But
Howie, I wore my T-shirt too. Look at Bobby Moe, baby. Watch out for them in the tournament, kid.
I went to basketball camp there in high school, 5-star basketball camp at Robert Morris, man. Yep. That place had some hills up and down.
All hills.
All hills at Robert Morris, man.
My cousin played football there, so that's why I got the T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. I've been there right in Pittsburgh, man.
Yep.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yep. I went there. John Sally made us run hills every day. He was and then
before he became a movie star.
Yeah, then he would take our money. But all right, man, that's it.
Brother.
Degenerate Gamblers, let's roll.
Have a weekend.
Yes.
All right.
All right, man. So I think we're good. Look at that.